Hi, Inner Circle. I wanted to come on because last week I had a little birthday meetup gathering and I wanted to fill you in on the big announcement. Well, last week was my birthday on Friday in the Peacemaker archetype transit. So 6.5 is my life's work. And I I know you guys have probably seen the changes that have been happening inside Unlock Your Design and in the Inner Circle. I know most of you are probably noticing Bella's absence. Bella and I are parting ways. We are no longer in business together, but that doesn't mean that the stuff inside the Inner Circle isn't continuing. Everything is still the way it's always been. It's just, unfortunately, we won't have Bella with us. And that's not the announcement. I just wanted to give voice to that because I know some of you are noticing that. And if you'd like to follow Bella, if you want to see what she's doing or what she's offering, you can go onto her personal profile and you can see and check out what she's doing. But as for now, I wanted to share with you that a lot has been churning in me creatively. I've been going through, a grieving process, of course, but as I've been grieving, space has been opening up with me. Lots of creativity. And I just finished a book. So I've been wanting to make a 64 archetypes book for a while. I was able to finish that, copyright that, and I'm working on publishing it. I am not sure if it'll be a physical book or just a digital book to start with. And that's super exciting. So that's the first of a couple 64 archetype books that will be coming from me. And this one is more so a companion for walking the wheel. And I'm really thrilled to be able to launch that. And that will be coming out maybe next week or so. I'll be starting to talk about it. And I've also been deep into the perfection and expansion of the archetype workbooks as well. So I have been doing amazing things in those over the past years. I finally feel like I got to a really good template for it. And I have this whole process called the 7 stages of body embodiment, which is going to be amazing for you guys to start to understand and then begin to embody these archetypes. So those workbooks follow those 7 stages of embodiment that I created and developed over these past years, these 5 years. And we have the peacemaker archetype, the sensual archetype, and previously I did the mountain archetype. So those are the 3 workbooks that I have. Some of these are inside the archetype courses, but since I am improving them and evolving them, I don't know if I'm going to be updating them and putting them into the courses. The courses have also had a big overhaul. If you haven't been in there, you should, because I made sure that you have astrology, I Ching, human design, gene keys, the 6 lines, and the archetype companions for the archetype that's in transit for whatever course you're in. So I am just making a holistic, enriching experience for you. And the big announcement, aside from all those amazing creative projects that I have and the book that I've been wanting to do for so long, the Inner Circle, Unlock Your Design, it's all getting a um evolution. The Inner Circle was actually the very first offering that I created. Oh man, I think it was 2018. It was called Unlock Your Design. So I had an Unlock Your Design membership. And just like what we would do, we would come and talk about the archetype that was in transit. And we would have discussions. It was kind of like the walking the wheel calls in a way. And so we would gather and we would talk about the archetypes. And as my group started to grow, as the membership started to grow, I hired Melinda and then Bella to come into the business. And they helped support me in not only supporting the membership and the community, but also the big idea I had about the 64 doors. And the doors were a vision that I had forever ago where I was like, I really wish that we could bridge the gap between human design and gene keys, because at the time I was like looking over at gene key stuff and looking over at human design stuff. I was like, aren't these the same? Why aren't they connected? So I wanted one place to have all that stuff. And as I had help and people were excited about that, they became the archetypes. And over these years, I've developed, I've evolved, I've expanded, I've created new copy, created new images, created the workbooks, the courses, all these things. It's just always been on my heart to steward the archetypes. And so the archetypes have been a big part of what I offer to you guys. And So, the inner circle is having an evolution. The big thing that I'm announcing is that there is kind of a walking the wheel process that everybody goes on. So, walking the wheel is a concept, about walking the transits every year. And every transit is a new archetype, and it's a new inner archetype for you to cultivate a relationship with. So the book that I'm launching is called Walking the Wheel and the 64 Archetypes. It teaches you how to walk the wheel, and then it gives you a synopsis of each of the archetypes, all their correspondences, and then a couple paragraphs on who they are. It's amazing. And so that's like the first step in is, okay, walking the wheel. What are the archetypes? How do I do this? And then, of course, we have our free walking the wheel calls that happens every Tuesday. And we gather around the archetype in transit, and I teach about it, and then we talk about it. And it's kind of like a archetype akasha that we're, putting in a library, and everybody can view the previous years. It's actually super amazing. And I think that 2021 is when Walking the Wheel started. 2020 was when the archetypes were born. 2021 is when the courses and portals of deconditioning started, where we were developing the courses and meeting weekly to talk about the archetype within transit. Anyways, how is the inner circle transforming? Well, we're going to have, first and foremost, walking the wheel is our method. It's what we do. We walk the wheel. And if people are walking the wheel, they can come to the archetype walking the wheel calls, the free ones that you guys are already going to. And then if you want to take it one step farther, I am offering a 64 archetype subscription. And that's kind of similar to what the inner circle is, where the inner circle got all the archetypes that are active in the zodiac season. So this is going to be $19.99. So $19.99 a month, and you're just going to get the courses. And it's kind of the same way as Inner Circle Teal is, where you get that month, and then when the next zodiac season comes, those go away and the new ones come in. So it's kind of like a rolling type thing where it's just transitioning. And that's $19.99 a month. So Walking the Wheel calls the 64 archetype subscription, and then the Inner Circle is becoming, where's our drum roll? The Creator Studio. So you know me and Spark of Creativity, and I'm all about channeling that spark of creativity within you, sharing your mastery, sharing your genius, sharing your creativity in the world. And I am very familiar with the creative process. So the Creator Studio is about creating with the archetypes, creating with these inner archetypes. So you're learning about the inner archetypes in the courses, you're gathering around the archetypes in the Walking the Wheel calls, but here we're co-creating with them. Because at this stage and at this level, we are starting to embody it. Things are coming online, and we're like, I want to serve. I want to give. There's a big idea. There's something inside of me that wants to be birthed. And I've always been really a big advocate around like doulaing these types of things. And what that means is I believe that physical pregnancy is similar to energetic pregnancy, where you are birthing a business, birthing a book, birthing a relationship, birthing a life for yourself. So we need to become a match. We need to make sure our vessel is ready, is primed, is available to bring through what we're partnering with, because there's ideas from the divine that are kind of like, bloop, drop in your head. Oh, what a great idea. And there's ideas that kind of like are generated and birthed from inside of you. And you're like, oh, this is me. Sometimes it's like, boop, divine assignment. And sometimes it's, oh my God, something's growing in me. And we have to steward that. We have to get our vessel primed, ready to go, to be able to be a match for what we're bringing through. And so this is in the beginning stages. We are finishing out the year as the inner circle. I'm showing up. I'm going to be continuing to do all the things you're used to in the inner circle. That includes the Q&As I'm now doing, the workshops I'm continuing to do, and you'll still get the courses that you always have. And then if you show up to the Walking the Wheel calls, you get the introduction to the zodiac season. So we are going to finish out Libra season, Scorpio season, Sagittarius season, and then When we start to get into Capricorn season is when we're start to create the structure of Creator Studio, and we're going to start opening that up. So Sagittarius season, you're probably going to see me getting all excited about things and big ideas and expansion and all this stuff. And in Scorpio season, maybe there'll be a grieving, a death, a transformation process happening. And then in Libra season, we'll see, we're bringing balance. So I really wanted to come in here and share all that with you. It's very, very new. It's ready to be spoken, ready to be shared. However, it's still in the developmental stages. It's not out in the public. I am prepping and priming and getting my vessel ready to be able to be the facilitator and the guide for this movement. And walking the wheel is very much a method, but it's also a movement. And it's a movement of holing, of coming home to yourself, of bringing in all 64 archetypes into harmony, into cohesion, and integrating them inside of you so that you are whole, healed, and well, we're always going to be human. But Creator Studio, I will be speaking about more as it comes up. But I am so alive, on fire, creative. I'm so excited. And I just really wanted to share this with you so that you knew what's gestating, what's alive for me. And I am hoping that we could also talk about times and availabilities so that when we do live things together, you guys can come to it. And I know some of you are very much on the train of watching the recordings, and that's beautiful because maybe showing up at 11 a.m. Pacific time is in the middle of the night for you or just not a good time for you. And I want to make sure that we come together, that we can meet, that we can have a couple times where everybody can show up. So we'll be talking about that as well. And again, this is very much new, exciting. It's not all the way grounded yet, but I thought I want to let you guys know. For the rest of 2025, you can expect the same. You can expect consistency, safety, security, but there are things bubbling and brewing and developing and refining and being translated. So I wanted to make sure I shared my excitement with you in this creative process. And anytime something changes or evolves or whatever, I'll let you guys know as well. And I am so excited to have you on this journey with me and this journey of expansion, this journey of evolution. And this is really what the essence of Inner Circle and Unlock Your Design has always been. It's always been this evolution. And that's my vocation sphere. It's 53.5. I am here to evolve and I'm here to assist others in their evolution. And I am really excited for this next chapter, this next season, and for the books and the Oracle decks and the workbooks and the PDFs and all the things to come, because I just feel there's so much that wants to come through me. And I'm excited that you're on the ride with me. So thanks for being part of the Inner Circle. And I hope I see you around. Bye.